Hi. Yesterday's video was an absolute nightmare. That video is going to be deleted and I'm starting over. I do apologize to you guys. So I was very excited to have my computer, but as you can see, things are not currently working out very well for me making videos on my computer. Because of that, I'm going to stop making videos on my computer for a while until I have some assistance that can benefit me in doing that. Hi, Kathy. So, today, there's a couple things I want to talk about. I apologize if you guys comment. I know it's going to come and go and disappear. The normal, not normal tech issues, which are Tina Hammond. It's just part of who I am at the moment. So there's a couple different things I want to talk about. I want to try to make this clear and I want to try to make this easy. So first, hello and welcome to the news that didn't make the news. It feels good to say that. I haven't said that in a while now. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about very briefly here. And I want to start with this. I have been making my famous gingerbread coveted recipe, which I share with No Soul, since I was pregnant with my son. It is my son's favorite cookie, and everyone starts hounding me in September about Christmas cookies that'll be coming in December. That's how good these cookies are. So I have bribed the tech man in my life with his own batch of personal gingerbread cookies so that I can get some tech support over here, because God knows, and all of you know, I really need it. So hopefully we're going to get that going. But in the meantime, just so you know, that's why I'm returning to my trusty phone. My internet never ever disconnects on my phone, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I do rewatch all of my videos, and the last video that I watched was so full of tech issues. It was cutting out the things that I was saying that I thought was important. It was blurring out my face, which is not quite as important as you being able to hear me. But nevertheless, I'm returning to my cell phone to make videos. The fact that my cell phone has better reception than my home computer is kind of blowing my mind, but it is what it is. I want to start with this. Yesterday, I don't know what was going on with the energy, and I don't look at what's going on with the energy, but here's what I want to tell you. I was just in a place of awe and wonder, and not necessarily in a good way. I felt just an extreme weirdness, and that extreme weirdness was not bad, it was not good, it was neutral, but it was just extremely weird, extremely lethargic. Someone reached out to me for a reading today, and a couple other people that I talked to were experiencing that today, or experienced that yesterday. So whatever this energy is that's coming through the portal of the sun right now, it's causing lethargy and definitely tech disturbances. Anybody who has reached out to me today knows that my messages have been anything but clear. So anyway, that is what it is. But this energy coming through the sun, which is coming from the central sun, which is an energy exchange, like coming from the galactic core, is messing with technology. We are also holographic technology in a way, we're just created by source, but we are very much electromagnetic beings. And so it affects us the same way it does our computer, except for when it happens to us, we don't expect it, or sometimes we don't know what to do with it. Anybody that today or tomorrow has this really strange energy that you cannot put your finger on, just feels like indescribable weirdness, just know that tomorrow it'll flip and totally change for you. Today has been totally different. I dropped the neutrality, I dropped all the weirdness, and I woke up and it just been an ecstatic bliss all day. So if you're having that sucky, low energy, I'm confused and feel weird stuff today, know that tomorrow everything will return to normal and you'll be on top of that, very super blissed out. So I noticed a couple things about doing the videos on the computer versus the phone. When I do it on the phone, I have an up close shot at my face. And here's what I've realized after 2 weeks of making videos on the computer versus the phone. I am a lot more apt to channel in messages and connect with people that are not only present for my videos, but also present online, even if they're not on YouTube on my videos, when I look directly in my own eyes for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about, but I somehow am catalyzing myself to channel, which does not happen to near the degree when I make a video on the computer. So that's a very interesting discovery, right, for me. As I mentioned, the tech man in my life has been bribed with his own batch of gingerbread cookies, so I expect that the majority of my problems will be worked out within the next 7 days due to that bribery. So onward and upward to better things. I can't stand having a video that is cutting me out or blurring my face or doing those kinds of things. I don't like it. I'm a Scorpio. I like things to be perfect. I like things to be organized. I like things to be non-chaotic, if you will, right? In a chaotic world, I just want my simple life to be non-chaotic. So there's a few things that, like I said, yesterday's video will be deleted that I want to go over. So what I want to talk about is finding your mission. This has come up in readings after reading after reading. So readings have been going in chunks of energy. Like there'll be a chunk of energy where people are needing to leave people, places, and things. That was a theme for a couple months. When I started out, there were so many different readings like this. I felt like I was going to be a divorce or marriage counselor. I'm lucky the energy has changed into something else. Right now, that theme is about mission. What did I come here to do? What am I supposed to be doing? Why do I feel pulled to a specific genre, maybe for a direction, but why the heck don't I know what I'm supposed to be doing? The thing that I want to let you know, and believe me, this is a fairly recent thing for me as well to realize when I started looking at my north and south node. So there's a couple things I want to share with you about that. If you're not familiar with astrology, and I am not familiar with astrology myself, I just started looking at this because I looked at mine, and I do readings. Well, I'm kind of busy now, but I was doing personal readings for myself like a couple times a day and noticing the things that were coming from my north and south node were bleeding into my readings, which I did not know until I looked up what my north and south node information was and what my past direction had been and what my future direction should be. So in saying that, I want to simplify something for you and make this really easy for you, because so many people feel like they have to know exactly what their mission is. It's going to be a specific thing, but that is actually not the case, and that's what I want to talk about. So your north and south node are very simply the north and south node of the moon and where they are geographically lined up with Earth at the time of your birth. I've always given credence to astrology, never as much as maybe I should have. I believe that everything outside of us is a tool, and we are the magician simply using a set of tools. Having said that, it is incredibly, incredibly important to understand your north and south node. And the good thing about now is, like me, you don't need to be an astrologer to figure this out. So this is the reason why I now do an extensive reading, which includes not only just your tarot and intuitive reading, but also includes your north and south node information so that you can understand where you've been, what you've gone through in the past, and how that is affecting your patterns and behavior and all those quirky things that make you wonderful and special you. And also, excuse me, and the direction that we should be going in, which is out of our comfort zone. So quite simply, the north and south node is a geographical alignment with the place and time that you were born. And whatever your south node is, your north node is the exact opposite. In the, I want to say Wheel of Fortune, there's something going on about Wheel of Fortune and rainbows over Denver. I'm not sure what it is, but I even got a postcard with a rainbow over the banking center in Denver, Colorado. So having said that, your south node is what so you're coming from your south node. So let's say your south node is Taurus. So your patterns, your behaviors, and your gifts will all be coming from Taurus. So if you look up and find out your south node is Taurus and you don't know what that is, look up the sun sign description of Taurus, the best attributes, positive and negative attributes to that personality type or to that sign type. Now, this is really easy. So I've added this to the readings because it sheds so much incredible light on where people are going. And so many people are just saying, I want a reading about what I'm supposed to be doing. What's my mission? What's my direction? What's my destiny? So you can reach out for a reading for this. It's in the extensive reading. If you don't want to do that, or that's something that you just can't do right now for financial reasons, I want to tell you how to do that for yourself, okay? So you go on the internet and you find North Node Calculator, and you just put in the day, the month, and the year you were born, and the time of day by minutes and by hour, and the city, state, and country where you were born, and it'll calculate it for you. The reason why I'm doing this in readings is because, again, if you have a south node in Taurus, meaning your north node would then be in Libra, that means that your patterns, your traits, your karma, your lessons, everything comes from that south node. Now, your south node was not only what you did in your last lifetime before this one, it is also what you have spent many, many lifetimes doing. And what we have spent many, many lifetimes doing is very, very useful in moving in our direction. So my north node is in Aquarius, which means I'm supposed to be logical. I'm supposed to be focusing my attention on public speaking, which I never in a million years thought I would do. I started making videos before I knew that. Public speaking, the medical field, and stuff like that, okay? So my south node is what comes easy. It's what's in my comfort zone, which is being on stage, singing, dancing, those kind of things. Being the class clown, which I was too shy to do, but I later developed that sense of personality and have entertained everybody in every place I've ever worked for the past 35 years. So that's what's come for me, is being on stage and entertaining people. Speaking to people publicly in this way is very much out of my comfort zone. And out of your comfort zone is where your lessons, your destiny, your mission, and your growth are. So when it comes to looking for your destiny, you want to look at your south node, which is what you've spent many incarnations doing, and then look at your north node, and your north node will be exactly opposite of that. The reason we do that is so that we can understand the direction we're going in. Okay, so your south, just for make believe, we're going to pretend your south node is in Taurus. Very grounded, very earthly, very focused, very structured, good at X, Y, and Z things. Your north node is in Libra. So that means you need to now move in to the energy of Libra. And the energy of Libra says that all of your time, attention, and energy should be focused on interpersonal relationships, balance, the scales of Libra, right? Which is also justice. So if you have a Libra North Node, you can look at that and say, okay, here's the positive attributes of Libra that I should be looking at, that I should be moving in. And also, again, that's where your mission, your destiny is found, is in your North Node. So for the destiny of Libra, the destiny is balancing the relationships, and that's with your family, that's with your partner, that's with your jobs, that's with everybody. And not being the manager, like the project manager or the CEO, but learning how to more cooperate, communicate, and work with groups of people. So you can see how polar opposite those things are. Now, when I say find your destiny or find your mission, so you can then look up the calculator, find out what you are. If you then find out you're a North Node in Libra, you can just look at the things that come up. So a big deal with Libra, as far as the past South Node bleeding through, will be things that we want to use in a balanced energy to move into the direction of our mission or our destiny. So the mission, if you were, just to give you an example, how easy this is to figure it out, because so many people are so stuck on, well, I must have signed up, like I know I signed up for like a certain relationship thing or a certain family dynamic. And you're right, you're absolutely right, you did. So when it comes to mission, you did sign up for something. Now, so if you've had a past lifetime with your South Node in Taurus, you're strong, you can stand up for yourself, you have confidence, all these amazing things, which then transfer to what you should be doing now. So anybody that has a North Node in Libra, just to give you an example, would be best served working for justice. Okay, so that would mean you're working in the justice system, police, the law, a lawyer, a judge, paralegals, any of that stuff. Also, standing up for anything, balancing, standing up for, judicially standing up for anything would be the Libra North Node. And so you can see, and this is such an important thing that I wanted you to know. You didn't sign a piece of paper that said, I was going to go to school for 8 years and be a lawyer. Anything that is the what encompasses the energy and direction of your destiny found in your North Node is literally your mission, which means you have hundreds of things to work for. So again, if your North Node is in Libra, you should be working on justice. And that could be anything. It could be representing, let's say you work for Greenpeace, or some kind of local organization that wants to plant trees or save trees or anything. That's still justice. It's just justice to nature or justice to trees instead of the actual judiciary system. So I just wanted to let you know. But that really helps you and gives you a theme, an area of mission, and anything within that Libra North Node of standing up for things, balancing things out, helping people, that being an advocate for someone that is less fortunate or doesn't and cannot speak for themselves, that's what you should be doing. So you see how broad of an amazing spectrum that is. You're not relegated to one. little job I signed up for, being a lawyer, or, being a court attendant, or whatever, or stenographer, whatever it is. You didn't sign up for one thing. You signed up to move into the new beautiful energy of your destiny, which is found in your North Node. So that's why I'm focusing on that. So when people get an extensive reading, I look at what you've done many times, where you're going, and how you balance out between that. And that ends up being about 4 pages of information. From there, we go into a regular tarot reading where I look at whatever is going on for you, whatever higher self or spirit wants you to know, because that's what I ask. People have been giving me a lot of feedback this last week about how different my readings are from other people, how they're not solely based in 3D, and that kind of stuff. The last thing that's included in this, the extensive reading, is the entire numerology of what has happened in your tarot spread. So I wanted to explain that to you. But again, if it's not something that you want to do with me, or it's not something that you can afford to do, simply go to the internet, find your North Node calculator, and just read about it yourself for a while, and you'll know exactly where your mission lies. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is so many people think that, your guide or your higher self is going to show up, or Mother Mary or Archangel Michael, whoever it is that you work with, is going to show up and tell you that thing that gives you spiritual growth, but it's never ever going to happen that way. So once you find your South Node and North Node information through whatever channel you use, you can use that to balance your past life, many past lifetimes, of what you're really great at with the direction you should be going in. That is so super helpful. And I can't tell you how much people relaxed, because they were being so hard on themselves. How can I be 50 years old, or how can I be 65 years old and not know what I'm supposed to be doing? Because we're making it really difficult on ourselves, when it's really, really not a challenge. It's really very easy. We're just overthinking it. So, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was doing something with your personal spirituality, your study, your dark night of the soul, all this intense stuff we've been through. And so when we've been through so many intense things and we come out the other side of it, when we study the corruption and the negativity and all of this, and we come out the other beautiful side of that, what happens is we want to share with other people, and we want to help other people. There's nothing wrong with that. What I do want to bring to your attention is I got an incredible message through a reading yesterday from Spirit, about hitting up and being in the community in a grassroots kind of way. I think this is something that's been incredibly difficult for us, because we know so much, we've studied so much, we've gone through so much incredible information and growth and ascension process, that it's hard to be in a 3D space and try to assist people in that way. But what Spirit very clearly told me yesterday was, it's not necessary. If you want to volunteer at your local garden, or a soup kitchen, or a school, wherever it is, put yourself in that place for an hour to a week. And the reason Spirit said that was because so many people want to know and are asking a question that I cannot answer. And that is, when are we going to be through this? When is everybody going to be on the other side? Because what you'll notice right now is you're not really finding any new information. You're not really finding any new inspiration as far as what people are talking about, as far as giving you new information or a new perspective. It's not really out there. And the reason it's not out there is because you are the new perspective. And so what Spirit very adamantly wanted you to know was that, in us all wanting the question answered of when is everybody going to experience what I'm experiencing, The time frame depends on us. And that's why Spirit said, go out and be in your community in a grassroots kind of way, even for an hour or two a week, because you simply don't have to worry about what all of us have been worrying about. And that is talking to people, helping people expand their consciousness with the things that you've studied and the things you've gone through. Spirit wants me to tell you that the energy of you, the light of you, is so incredibly intense right now that that's not necessary. The only thing you have to do is spend an hour or two in your community a week, and your conduit of light is going to be absorbed by that other person in a very systemic way that is going to activate their DNA. We really, really need this, unless we want to sit around and wait for this planet to go through another 40 years of this stuff right now. So again, just remember the message from Spirit is they absolutely don't have to talk. You don't have to present documentation. You don't need to share websites and all the stuff that we've been doing for a really long time. Your body is a super conduit of light. When you are next to that group of people or next to that other person, Spirit very clearly told me that you will just be catalyzing that person's DNA to wake up, their body to wake up at a cellular level. This is so important, so that they can assimilate to the new information that is going to be presented on the world stage in the next couple of months and this year. They need your light and assistance to wake them up on a cellular level. So when it does finally come across their news channel in a very 3D way, that they can acclimate to it and understand it. But right now, most people are being drawn to other people that are like them. So someone who's not experiencing this or doesn't understand has a clue. They don't even, we have to remember too, that it's not even that they don't have a clue or they can reach out to me or you or someone else to help them. They can't, because they don't even know it's happening. They have no idea ascension's happening. They have no idea the world stage is happening on like this incredibly magical way. They only know what the news has been showing them very specifically for the last 2 years. And to most people, especially those who have studied the Bible and spent a lot of time in indoctrinated religion, it looks like the apocalypse. It looks like Revelations. It looks like end times. So you guys know a whole lot, but keep that in mind when dealing with other people. Put your body in a physical, geographical location in a grassroots way in your community for an hour or two. Even if that means you're just going to the library and hanging out in the library for an hour, that's fine. Wherever you are taking that gigantic conduit of light, you are getting people ready for the next level cellularly to accept the things that are coming. That's crucial. Also to know, and I've talked about this many times, but I need to reiterate it for the rest of my life. Not everyone chose ascension. And I know people have very, very different views on that than me, and I'm totally fine. Whatever is your thing is your thing. That's cool. But it is very obvious and very apparent to me that there are people that have not chosen this time around to go through the ascension process. And I hear a lot of fear stuff coming in around this, okay? It's not, oh, they didn't choose ascension, so they're going to die. And, I've heard some insane stuff. That is not the case. Maybe they'll stay here on Earth in a different location. Maybe they'll go to a planet that's still experiencing 3D. Who knows? But we can't continue to look at this in a catastrophic end of times, revelations sort of way, okay? Those people are not all going to die. I've seen a lot of people coming from that perspective. It's really not helpful to anyone, and it's causing a lot of concern in many people, and it's slowing down their ascension process. And to tell you the truth, that's the honest reason why that information is out there, is to slow down your ascension process. as you know, every aspect of the spiritual community, the ufology community, and every other community that is not mainstream, that is out of the box, that is alternative, has been infiltrated by a people, a system, or an AI at this point. So take what you hear as a grain of salt. There's not going to be this big separation from loved ones and pets and etc. If someone has not chosen, and you'll know if someone in your life has not chosen to become signed up to become or chosen multidimensionality at this time, because they won't be experiencing anything that you're experiencing in the last, let's say, 5 years, because if they were going to experience it, they would have started on that by now. Yeah, so it's hard. It's hard to let go of people. It's hard to let go of situations, especially if someone has not been, unjust to you or something. I've had to do it. I know it can be very painful, but when something's not for your highest good, we have to choose what's in our highest good, what's on our ascension plan, or do we want to let this other person that plays such a major role in our life, do we want to be on their level, or do we want to ascend to another level? And I'm sorry to put it that way. I'm very transparent, clear, and to the point. I don't know any other way to put it. That not only goes for people, that goes for places, that goes for things, that goes for jobs. You know when something falls out of alignment and resonation for you. And please, 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 act accordingly. When we talk about something resonates with me, there is a very big misnomer going around about that. So I say, oh, well, this video really resonated with me, so it must be the truth. Well, every single thing on planet Earth that has ever been created has some aspect of truth. So in that higher vantage point, everything is truth. So you can't say, well, it resonates with me because it's true or it's not true, right? Because that's not what it's about. It's at you being at a certain place in your awakening process or in your soul's evolution process that brings you that resonation. Having said that, I can't say it. I want to say resignation. I don't need to resign from anything. Good Lord, I've quit everything already. Well, almost. But anyway, resonation doesn't mean you read or watch something and know whether it's true or not. That's part of it. That's a piece of it. Here's what it means. Let's say I am watching a tarot video, just to give you an example, and someone says something. The way my body knows that to be true is when that person speaks something, when that tarot reader speaks something, I will hear a sound within my body. That's what to resonate with something means. You hear something or see something, and it makes an audible, musical sound in your body. Okay, so that's what it means to resonate with something. Doesn't mean it's the truth or not the truth, because wherever you are, from the first dimension to the 12th dimension, every single thing that appears in 3D reality and all our other realities from one point of observation or another is the truth. It's just a matter of what you want to be in alignment with. On that note, yesterday in a reading, I had a discussion that I've never had with another person before. I've never spoke about this, but in 2018, I started hearing music, and my hearing is really, really amped up. So I knew it wasn't coming from my house. So then I'm looking outside to see, is that coming from my neighbor's car stereo? Is it coming from the house next door? Where's that music coming from? But when you really hone in on it and try to say, ooh, what song is that? What artist is that? Where is that music coming from? You'll notice that the music disappears. So I've been in my house on multiple occasions and I hear this music and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. What is that? Where is that coming from? And I'll go to one side of the house and it's no louder. And I'll go to the other side of the house and it is no louder there either. And so I talked to someone yesterday through a reading, and she said, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm hearing music. And I don't know what artist it is. I don't know what song it is. It's really faint. It doesn't appear to be coming from any direction. And that's when this major realization happened. So when I talked about having that resonant sound, when something is in alignment, not with the truth, but in alignment with you, okay, with your truth, or the space of your truth, the space that your truth occupies in the current moment would be a better way to say it, because our truth is always changing and expanding, right? So something resonates with the octave of understanding in which your energy currently resides. This music is coming from an octave inside you where your current energy resides. I was blown away by this yesterday. I don't know why. It takes a lot to blow me away. She's the only other person that I've ever talked to that has had an internal music, and it caused me to yesterday receive information that this music was actually coming as a resonation internally from our own body. Our own body is changing on the ascension path. The DNA is altering. These amazing codes are happening, and that is creating an internal music systemically within your DNA, and it is audible enough to hear. Think about that. How incredible is that? That music is coming from our own body. That's just so cool. So I wanted to share that with you. And that's it. I am trying to retire from making long videos. That hasn't worked out so far for me. The last thing I wanted to let you know is just on a personal front. I had posted on Facebook, I am going to be doing a health webinar, probably through Vimeo. That is why I am going to make 300 gingerbread cookies, all rolled by hand, so I can get my little tech friend over here and we can get this ball rolling. If you want to sign up for that, you can comment on that Facebook post, you can direct message me, or you can comment on this video. This video is going to be about how to keep yourself during the ascension process healthy, whole, happy, and in alignment. Okay, it's going to discuss many things, and you can refer back to Facebook for that if you want to. Yeah, so it's awesome. And I just want to say thank you so much again for this chance, this opportunity to have this amazing job. I can't tell you how much I love doing this. And I was so nervous about doing this for people in this kind of format. I'm nervous about doing videos, not as bad anymore. But this has been a lot of stretching out of my comfort zone. That's what we're all being asked to do. But that's why I want to say thank you so much. I cannot believe how much I love doing these intuitive readings and this back and forth communication with such incredible people. Every morning I get out of bed, I throw my hands in the air and I say thank you to my beautiful body for one more day of 2 feet on the ground. I love my job. I say that every morning when I get up. So thank you for those people who trusted me to read them. I know that's not something everybody does. And I did today ask a few of you for feedback on my post about readings so that other people could know that I'm not just the 1 millionth person out there offering tarot readings as a way to make money. If I was doing this and being, not being authentic, I would be doing 10 readings a day and wouldn't give it the time or attention. So if it's something you're thinking about, you can go to that Facebook post. It's pinned to the top of my wall and see what people have to say about what I've been doing for the last 9 months. If you're someone that's had a reading with me, I would love it if you would take just 1 minute and give me some feedback. I will very soon have a website where everything is going to all be in one place, and then there'll be feedback, place to give feedback on there for you, and we won't be like running between Facebook and Messenger and YouTube and all that. I'm doing the best I can as fast as I can while I'm also healing my body. And that is why I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you who have allowed me to stay at home and work at home in this capacity while I am healing myself. I love you. This opportunity is amazing and it's exciting. And I just look forward to doing this every single day. So thank you for being here. Until next time, I love you very much. Thank you for your endless support. Thank you for showing up for this planet and bringing this planet to the next octave of light and the next octave of frequency. We wouldn't be doing this without you and your dedication to service, light, and humanity. Thank you. Bye.